Good morning, everyone. So there's a new acronym going around on the internet, and it's called NEGU, N-E-G-U, and it stands for Never Ever Give Up. So this is my representation of NEGU. It's a little panda bear holding on to the branch. Never ever give up, little guy. Let me show you how it's made. Okay, our colors for today. I'm going to make the background in this effetre Nile green. And then, of course, black and white because he's a panda. And then I just pulled a twisted stringer out of brown, burnt sienna, some sage, and a little bit of red. So this is going to be the branch. And that is our NEGU panda. Alrighty, here we go. Oh gosh, of course I get a frog in my throat right as the first words come out. I started out with my grass or Nile green rectangle here as my base. I just used my crunch to crunch out that rectangle, kind of square up the sides a bit, make it pretty. And now I am heating up my Creation is Messy piece, also known as white. I just love this white, but I've noticed lately that it's not in stock. I'm like, oh no, I hope they didn't discontinue it. Okay, let's start out with his little body. I'm just gonna do like a rectangle and put down his little body just like that, right down the center. And then I'm gonna whip out my trusty press. Press it down, melt it in, get it flat and even, which I didn't do a very good job of this morning because it's early and I only had 1 cup of coffee. Okay, I'm getting there, you guys. Sorry. Wow, was I just speechless for about 5 seconds? No way. Okay, we got his little body on right there. Now it's time to put down his head. His little round head. Give us a base to do some decorating. I got a nice little gather on my white, and I'm just going to make a round circle right there at the top of his body. And I'm trying to get my glass to go down even and the blob in the center. But you can always use your tools to kind of like move glass around. Like if I notice that one edge needs a little more glass, I just kind of smush things over to where I like how it looks. There we go. His little head on his little body. Okay, now I'm gonna put the ears on. So I have a stringer here of intense black, and I do like using intense black because if it does melt in, it's not that gray washed out melt. It's intense black. Okay, 2 little ears and then 2 little eyes. And his eyes, these are his little black mask eyes. So I'm making them a little bit on the big side. And now I'm going to switch over to my dental tool for flattening them out because they're small. They're small and I've got a lot of little areas here that I got to get into. Okay, there's one little mask. There's the other one. Keep the back of that bead warm, you guys. I've been having bead cracking issues lately because I don't keep them warm enough. I usually keep the mandrel part, the center part warm. But I always forget the corners, and so that's where I get all my cracking, is right here on these corners. So, do a little work, heat up the bead. Do more work, heat up the bead. Just like so. Alright, so I got his little mask down. Now let's put down his eyes. And here is my white stringer. 1 dot on that mask. 1 dot in this mask. And we'll press those dots down. I'm going to put his pupils in last. Okay, now we got to give him a little tree branch to hang on to. So the tree branch goes down next. And I just put it down. I put it all the way across the bead. And kind of like on the 1/3 of his body. Ooh, that's a skinny branch. I hope it doesn't break while he's hanging on. That would be a bummer. Nothing like hanging on and then having the branch break. All right, I'm pressing that branch down a bit, just like so. And now I'm gonna go ahead and put in his little black arms and his little black feet. So back to my intense black stringer. Ooh, heat up the back, heat up the corners, heat up the corner, heat up the corner, heat up the back. Don't break. And now right there on his shoulders, we are just going to drag down his little paws hanging on there, just like that, and one on this shoulder hanging on, just like so. And then I'm gonna give him some little feetsies, just down here, 2 dots, 2 dots, and I'm gonna give him some little paws on his tippy tips of his arms, just like so. Okay. Heat up the back, heat up the corners, heat up the back, heat up the corners. Let's press stuff down here a bit so they don't go pew. Okay, good. Now it's time for his nose. And I think I'm going to use my rod again, because all we're going to do is a little blob, kind of a pointy blob, right in between his eyes. So a little gather. Now's a good time to heat up that bead again. Right there in the middle of his face. Press down, pull it up, and he's got a little pointy nose. And you can use your tools to kind of sculpt it out a bit. I like to put like his little, that little line, I forgot the name of it. There's a name for that little line that goes in the middle of your nose. Oh no, now I gotta Google it. Okay, that's good. Now, his tippy tip nose and his eyeballs. Right there, a little dot. Pupil there. And a little pupil there. Oh yay, he's not cross-eyed. I'm so happy. Press in those pupils. And as you're like working the pupils, the nose kind of melts down, which is good. Okay, and then the final thing, oh man, I didn't get my stringer out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Oh, there's one handy. I gotta give him toes or claws or whatever you want. So I got a little white stringer here of the piece, and I'm just gonna put a couple little dots on his little paws. Maybe 2 on the top paws. Hold on, little guy. Never ever give up. You're doing great. Oh my gosh, this is the hardest part of the bead, is putting on his toes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's funny. And those melt in really quick, but I still press them down just for good measure. And there you go, you guys. That is your NEGU Panda. Keep them warm, throw them in the kiln. Thanks for hanging out today. I will be back next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.